Hello, I'm Demetria Angel. You can call me DA, and welcome to my channel. So today is Monday, and the first thing I would like to say is I'm tired. I barely got any sleep last night. I don't know what happened. It wasn't even my imagination that kept me up. I did have a migraine going on, and I think I still do. I don't know, it's hard to tell. Ugh, but I feel tired. Other than that, well, let's get into it. So, last week, I did not get as much writing as I was hoping to get done, but I did get more writing than I did before the weeks before that. Um, so last week I got 1,067 words written. That is nowhere to even how much I wanted to write within a day. As a matter of fact, it's lower than where I wanted to, even write in a day. But hey, gotta start somewhere, so that was a good first small step. And many other steps. Yesterday, I wrote 1,144 words. So that's definitely better than last week. And I hope to keep up the good work. I hope to eventually be able to write 3,000 words a day. And then, well, that's my first major goal. And then after that, I hope to get to 5,000 words a day. And then eventually I want to reach 10,000 words a day. Or every other day. It depends on how much time I have because I do work. Life. So, whenever I'm on Twitter, I am part of the writing community on there, and, I noticed that a lot of writers have a lot of self-esteem problems, like whether or not their books are good enough, or, like, they just got rejected by an agent and whatnot. Sorry, my hair is not cooperating that well today. And I just want to say one thing. I feel like a lot of writers are too in their head when it comes to what they are writing. Like for me, I don't have the problem that everyone else does. I am very stubborn when it comes to my own work. So when I first wrote Oblivion, I wrote that within a month. The editing process took longer, but that's understandable because sometimes you gotta stop. Like you read it once, you stop. You wait like a week or two or even more before you go back to it and you find more mistakes. Which is annoying. It happens. But even then, as I was writing it, I was just so proud of myself, of what I was accomplishing every day. There was no second guessing anything, no going, my work sucks, because that's not how you should treat something that you are creating from not only your mind, but your heart. And I just want other writers to understand that. I mean, not only should you have so much pride in your own work, but you should not let someone else just come through and tell you that your work is crap. Which some comments do that. Not that I would know. But I look forward to the days where people will comment on my books and whatnot. And all those negative comments that they want to leave there, well, I guess they can just go suck it, because I don't really care. What really matters is my opinion on my own work. Having fans and stuff, that is a dream that I still have not experienced, but I know that I'll experience it in the future. But I'm just saying, that is a perk. That is knowing that other people love your book just as much as you do, love your work just as much as you do. And when you and it just kind of makes me mad when people go on there and talk about the work as if it is nothing. I will admit, I have been writing a few books. Recently, I've just been working on, well, it depends. Right now, since I got back into writing, I've been working on my Midnight Fire book, which is part of a series that I plan on bringing out in the future. And it's supernatural, so vampires, fae, were people, etc., etc. And I have had trouble writing some parts because, let's be honest, there's some things that happen in books like that you do not experience in real life. And there's some things that I still have not experienced in real life. So I have to dig deep, deep down in myself and try to really connect with my characters, which can be hard sometimes because there are some things that your characters go through that make even you feel like crap. I'll get into that in another video. Sorry. My allergies have been acting up really badly. I don't know what's up with this year, but yeah, that's probably also why I had a migraine. I still probably do. What else? Oh yeah, yeah, but I will admit that I have trouble sometimes writing like a scene out. Like, I know what I want to happen, and yet I just can't put it into words. And that, for most people, is what writer's block is. For most writers, that is what writer's block is. And it can be annoying, so annoying. But sometimes all you gotta do is just push through it. And if you go back after you've done written the whole book and you read through it and it's not up to par with how you like it, then you fix it. Not once have I ever actually had to, like, cut a whole scene. I feel like whenever I write a book, that is also what I'm thinking about. I'm thinking about what pertains to the story, what helps, what pertains to the characters, like their development and everything. My mind is different from others. It's true, which is why I don't have the same thoughts when it comes to my own books, my own works as other writers do. Like, I don't know, maybe if I wrote poetry, that'd probably be another story. I'd probably be having butterflies in my stomach, not knowing what the heck I was doing. Not that I haven't written poetry, because I have, but I have also reread some of the poetry I wrote when I was younger. Some of the ones that I thought were so good, and yeah, some of them were good. Don't get me wrong, but some of them I'm just like, I don't know. But hey, that's just life. But I just want to tell other writers, people in general, the ones who are always second guessing the work, the ones who are always letting other people take away that joy, that pride from what they had created. Always love your work. Your work is your baby. You should never let someone convince you otherwise. There are always going to be people out there that don't like your work. Always. Not everyone's going to like what you create, what you write. It doesn't work that way. Like, with the Harry Potter series, I can't read it. Like, I've tried to, but it's the type of voice she writes in that I just cannot get into. And I know you guys are probably like, why are you talking about J.K. Rowling's books? Well, her books are her books. Her books really have nothing to do with how she is as a person, I can like someone's work and not completely like that person. It's very much possible. And I know other people understand this. um, I do love the movies. I'm gonna say that. I mean, the last one, or Deathly Hallows Part 1, that was a little hard to get through because, most of it was pretty chill throughout it. And it didn't really start getting into things until like later in the movie. But that was that. So I can just imagine how that book was like. Um, let's see. Stephen King, For the Life of Me. You should know, I'm a huge fan of it. Not the older one, the newer one with Bill Skarsgård. I think I pronounced his name right. I'm not really sure. I'm also a big fan of his brother, True Blood. Anyways, but what I'm saying is, I really, really love that movie. And I tried reading the book like a year or so ago. And I got like was it 17 chapters? I don't know. I got pretty decently into the book. But eventually I had to put it down. Like, he has a way of putting too much description in it. Like, I don't know what it is, but most male writers, they have this way of over talking in their voice whenever they're writing scenes and whatnot. Like, he's just like over descriptive. Like, there was just too much going on, and it was hard to get into the emotions of other characters, to get into the emotion of the scenes that he was writing. And it kind of makes me sad that I could not read that book because I'm such a huge fan of it. Ugh, so annoying. And it's life. Just life. But yeah, that's just my point. Like, not everyone's gonna like what you do, what you have written, but like, I can totally appreciate the work that went into someone else's work. But if I don't like it, it has nothing to do with the person. A lot of times it could just have to do with the voice that they wrote in. Like, sometimes the voice that a person writes in just kind of like cuts me off. There's this series that I really like, and it's by Kim Harrison, and it's gosh, what is the series called? I will look it up, but I'm using my phone to record this. God, but it's a witch. The main character in the series is a witch, and I was like all for it. I'm still a big fan of that, but one of the things I didn't like was how she always made it seem like like the main character was in the wrong. Like, it was completely her fault every single time something went wrong. Like, it's not only her fault. And that was just one of the things, like, I don't like it when people make their characters like out to be like these people who are always constantly the ones that fought for things that go wrong, when really it's a combination of people. And yeah, it's a combination of people. Yeah, I get annoyed with that stuff. Sorry, I go off into tangents everywhere. But yeah, I also don't like it when people make the heroine or hero super invincible. Like, they make it seem like they do nothing wrong. Nothing. Which is what I try to balance out in my books. I think I did a really good job of that in Oblivion. And with how things are going in a Midnight Fire, it's that's gonna be hard to explain because there's so much that I have going up in here, and there's so much that is going on in that book that you, when people will read it, when if you're a fan and you do read it eventually in the future, there's just so much that goes on in a different way compared to Oblivion. Okay, so as I was saying, well, yeah, that's basically what I want to talk about, really, was how people saw their own work. How they reacted when other people gave a bad review. How they reacted when agents were like, no, I'm sorry, this is not what I am looking for. I went through that for a while, querying, and when I realized that literally no one was looking for the type of book I was writing, even though it was like the people I contacted were like people who were looking for like sci-fi books and whatnot, I did eventually decide to self-publish. But self-publishing isn't easy either. Not having much money leads to not much advertisement, which is also why I'm doing this. And I'm trying to work harder at advertising my books, but not in the normal way that other people do it. And I hope this will get people to follow me more. Why is my nose so red? Sorry, I have slime. I gotta do other stuff when I'm doing stuff. Okay. But yeah. I totally lost my chain of thought. Oh yeah. And I want people to get to know me as a person and not only as just a writer. Anyways, so basically that's all I wanted to talk about today. And I hope that this helps whoever has always been having trouble with that self-esteem. Because no matter what you think, no matter how negative you can be about your own work, you should know that you are creating a masterpiece, a work of art. And you should take pride in that. Anyways, thanks for watching. Like or subscribe is completely optional. It's not something you have to do, but it'd be much appreciated. And, well, DA out.